Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I decided I would partially because I couldn't think of what to stream, aka record, because I don't stream, at least not yet. I couldn't decide what to play. So I decided to actually jump the gun a little bit. Get a drink real quick. Delicious. On a new project I'd been tossing around in my head. I may have mentioned it before, but I'm gonna try. And this is gonna be very difficult, but I'm going to try and play basically every game I have on Steam. Partially because I spent a lot of money on them and I really need to justify that for my own peace of mind. So that means a couple things. First of all, I should get the name of this game out of the way. It's called 1000 Amps. So with that name, it happens to be the top of my Steam list. I'll get into what the game's about in a second, but I do need to do a quick little disclaimer since we're being all unprofessional right now, like with that little drink of water. Not all of these games are going to make for what I would call the greatest of videos. There's a lot of games I really like to play that it would be very difficult to make like a series out of. Some games like maybe the Civilization series, which are fun as hell to play, but I don't know how they would do for videos. This is one of those games I'm kind of on the fence about. These videos, they won't necessarily be really long, they won't necessarily be really short. I don't really have a set time. It really just comes down to the game. Now, I actually got a lot farther in this game back on my laptop, but this is the file that I started up on my new computer just to kind of test it out and see if I even could record it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start up brand new, and we're going to get into what this game is about. But again, disclaimer, with this series, some of these games, they're going to be a little bit of a mess. But at least it can give you a feel for the game. You can find out whether you'd like to play it. Now, you play this adorable little spark plug looking dude. In fact, that's your name, Plug. And it'll go ahead and kind of explain the basics of the story here for you. Your objective is to jump around, often in the dark, not knowing where the hell you're supposed to be, and find all these lights. Now, notice that my jump is pretty damn beefy. Your jump gets more powerful the more lights you've lit up. So you can start to see how you'd have to actually tackle rooms in very specific ways. I never did beat the game because it does get incredibly frustrating later on, but hopefully I'll be able to get, at least a little bit of play out of it for y'all. It's a clever game. I do like the premise, but it is a puzzle game. It's a puzzle platformer. It seems pretty easy so far, but that's going to change pretty quickly. Anyway, might as well also sort of get out of the way. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I actually was out of town for a while, so that's one of the reasons I've been kind of waiting to do another video. That and Just Cause 3 came out, and hot damn is that fun. A little quick question, actually, for anybody watching. I might as well let her explain what seeds do before I interrupt. Yeah, if you get 5 seeds, you can basically skip a room. But I think you can complete every room without using the seeds. Hell, there might even be an achievement for beating everything without using a seed. I don't know. There's not a lot of achievements to this game, but there are a few. Anyway, like I was saying, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I went out of town for a little bit. When I got back, there were some couple new games to play, one of them being Just Cause 3. And to anybody who's watching this who's actually picked it up for PC, I'm curious how you guys kind of feel about it. Not even so much the gameplay itself, but more like the performance, the way the graphics look. I think the graphics look amazing, but I have noticed there are some performance issues. I'm just kind of curious, if anybody's played it, if you guys have had similar issues. I mean, I could have potentially recorded that. I probably should have, but I try to give everything its own place and time. And yeah, you're gonna fall through levels a lot. And Just Cause 3 is one of those games I'd like to play the first 2 on here before I played it as a video. You'll also notice that there is a distinct absence for the most part of music in this game. So feel free to put something on for yourself, because the music, there is a little bit of a tone that plays once you activate all the nodes in a room, like that. That's not going to make you, you know, keep your hair in your head, if you know what I mean. It gets very annoying. But this isn't really a game designed to like get your blood pumping and get you cheering. It's more just one of those games you play partially just so you can tell everybody, hey, I beat 1,000 amps, and then they look at you like you're on the chronic. Now, it's been long enough since I've played this game that I really can't remember where to go at all. And there is a map. Let me just wheel this out. I don't even remember. Okay. This is the system in general. You actually have to go to all these rooms, and the map is a little wonky looking. You have to go to all these little rooms and all these areas and actually activate every single node. Now, you do get some special abilities that will help you out, but they're often restricted by how many nodes you've lit up as well. Like, there's an enhanced jump, I believe there's a teleport, but there's always little restrictions and little reasons why you can't just, like, spam your way through the game. This is probably going to be a little bit of a quicker video. I was thinking about that before I actually started playing it, just because as far as the basic mechanics go, there's actually not a whole lot to say about it. Okay, we know where the node is, so that's another thing too. You're going to have to go through a lot of rooms over and over again to get back when you don't know where to go. So it's a little frustrating. It is kind of one of those games I don't know if I would recommend. If you like puzzles and you like feeling accomplished, sure, give it a try. But I mean, I picked this up in a bundle years ago, probably, so it's not like it set me back a whole lot of money. Okay. Let's see if I can actually... Yep. And this isn't the kind of game that I could actually play and beat in one whole sitting. In fact, there's one room later on that I actually, I rage quit the game, sort of, because it was that bad. But there's a whole lot of fiddling around in the dark. So, you know, this isn't definitely something I would be using to showcase how good your computer is or how beefy your library is. But I did say that I would try to play every game I had. I figured the best way to do that is to just do it in order. So I am sorry there's not a whole lot to say about this game. But, you know, fair's fair. There were Castlevania games I really didn't want to play, but kind of needed to for the sake of the series. And this is kind of one of those cases. Again, it is clever, and I don't want to like sound like I'm bad-mouthing the game. It's just I'm not really big on these puzzle platformers. There's a game that the name of the game is literally a bunch of V's. Games like this, Super Meat Boy, they're not really my cup of tea. I do have Super Meat Boy, but it's in the S's, so don't get your hopes up of seeing it anytime soon. Unless I get a request for it, which, why am I even saying that? If one person watches it, they're going to tell me to play it next, and I'll have nobody to blame but myself. So I'll maybe complete a couple more rooms, or I'll try to find one of the power-ups, and then I'll probably call it. Again, this isn't something I'm going for to have really colorful commentary, so I just kind of want to show you guys the basics. You can probably get this game pretty cheap, especially if it's on sale. You might be able to get it for less than $1. Another seed, and you kind of get cock blocked a lot because of stuff like that. Alright. So where can I go now? We'll go this way. The graphics are kind of charming, I'll say that much, with all the little fuzzy lights and stuff like that. But you end up getting dragged to places you don't want to go so much. You really kind of do lose your patience very quickly, which is kind of what I'm doing. What do I do to be a completionist? Believe you me, like, if it wasn't for the sake of being complete, I probably wouldn't record this game. But it isn't always about playing what you want to play. I still don't know where the other node is. Anyway, as you can see, I'm kind of already a little bit lost. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one up. If it's kind of a disappointing video, I don't blame you. It's kind of disappointing to play, really. But I will definitely... I'm going to record something else. I'm not really sure what. So this is more of just a kind of a check-in precursor. Kind of just get meet and greet out of the way kind of video. Yeah, I'll put a link on Steam if you want to give this more of a try. If you're, feeling particularly sadistic. But that's about as much of it as I can stomach. I'm not getting necessarily mad, but it's getting very disappointing. So I will see you guys again very shortly with something hopefully a little bit more enjoyable. If maybe you'd want me to revisit this once I get more of a feel for it, or once I get farther in the game and actually have more abilities and stuff, I can do that. I'll even try to beat the game if somebody really cares. But for now, that's 1,000 amps. Cutesy looking game, but very simple. This is the kind of thing you could probably find on Newgrounds or on Congregate. Pretty simple, and I'm getting out of that room. That sound is annoying me. Anyway, this is Striker signing off. Hopefully I'll have something a little bit cooler for you guys in maybe an hour or so. So, till then, take it easy.